Okay, so I'm about to be a full-blown nerd right now about something. Full-blown nerd in front of my family, friends, and the entire internet. So give me a moment to make peace with my inner nerd. Yep, that's gonna be nerdy, alright. So today we're gonna speak about the canonicity of the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Yeah, a subject that's kind of, really hated among Star Wars nerds. So before I begin all my anger thing, I just want you to know, guys, where I come from. Very young, I've been introduced to the Star Wars movies. I think I watched like the three first, maybe like a dozen of time each. They were my favorite movies growing up. And even with the prequels, which I didn't hate. Hold up there, I say I didn't hate them. I never said I loved them, but I'm not the one that like really bash on them. And in my teenage years, I've been played a bunch of Star Wars video games that they're now they're all considered non-canon. They fill up quite some holes, like for Force Unleashed, it gave you a gap, and even the birth of the rebellion, but that's not canon anymore. And also the novels, such as Shadow of the Empire, and that's the anger part. This is what I hate the most about all that thing, because to me, you're saying to me that like the holiday special are not canon. They're not, but they have like a more decent canonicity because they're closer to the movie than freaking Shadow of the Empire. They're both non-canon, but like I feel that Disney made that the expanded universe is now non-canon just so they can go away with the next movie. And it's not a rant against J.J. Abrams and this future movie. I'm kind of anxious about the movie. I can't wait to finally see it. Though, I really believe that Disney just went and did that, because you see the story after like the three original trilogy, the three original film, the first trilogy. The story was already written in books and novels. It was quite entertaining story to read throughout in all the novels. It was great. Though now it's non-canon now, so all the effort put in those novels and all the fans that enjoyed those novels doesn't mean jack shit anymore. Sorry for the bad language, but somebody there went and put time in his life to write a book. It may be a fictional universe. Of course, it doesn't have like a big meaning. It's not like the guy just wrote a medical book. Yet there's an artist who still worked on something. He did something with his work. He took the time in his life to work on a book, and now it's just like you're telling you straight in his face, well, you know, that book that you wrote doesn't mean anything. And of course, maybe it would sound so dramatical if it was like for one book. The problem is that now every book, video games, comic books, because those were great. I read a bunch of them. They're great. They don't mean anything now. It's all swept away on the side. Just it's non-canon. I'm not saying that we should give canon to everything, because there are some, to my opinion, some pretty bad work on Star Wars have been made in the expanded universe. And I won't go through that because this is a matter of opinion. But there is like blatantly bad things. Though there are some pretty good solid work. I've been playing KOTOR, like Knights of the Old Republic. I've been playing that game again and again and again and again, and the story doesn't change. Still very good. Of course, it's kind of a bit cheesy on the side. I won't give any spoilers, but this thing, of all things, should be canon. Shadow of the Empire. That should be canon. That should be canon. You remember that game from the N64, which came from the novel Shadow of the Empire? This should be canon, but it's not anymore. Or all the holes in the storyline, the original storyline that had been created between like the true trilogy, the original one and the prequels. I'm just gonna put like a link over there, or whatever editor Jord puts that. It's the plot holes being addressed there are quite obvious. It's a lot of things in the movies. If you take out the expanded universe, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. And I know I'm speaking about fictional world. I know it's nerd stuff. If you're still there, I imagine that at some point you shared this opinion with me, or yet you want to be more informed. But pretty much this is what I think. It's not a statement about fiction or not. It's a statement about artists, writers, designers, like from an author to a concept art artist to every art form about Star Wars. It's all been swept away because it doesn't fit a certain mold. And what I kind of feel it's not really fair on their part at Disney is the fact that, okay, just to stand correctly, I don't have anything against Star Wars Rebels. I think it's a great TV show. I don't watch it enough, but I really enjoy the show. Though, what I hate about Disney, what they went out of their way to do it, it's like, oh, it's ours, so it's canon. Yeah, our expanded universe is canon, not yours, ours. Like, I get the Clone Wars being canon because it's George Lucas himself that made that. Well, he wrote a bunch of it, for sure. I get it why it's canon, why Clone Wars is canon. Maybe a few episodes of this, I would have made it canon, but on the whole spectrum of it, canon, I get why. And Rebels, I understand why it's canon on the part of the direction, the artist, and the TV show works so hard. I understand why it's canon. But it's not canon because of their hard work. Not that they didn't work enough. Because other people on other media for Star Wars in the expanded universe has worked just as much. It's only because Disney went like, oh, it's our little thing, it's our little project, so it's canon. Well, what about Shadow of the Empire? What about every book on this about the Sith? What about the guidebooks of Star Wars? Because somebody went out of their way to work hard on this, and it's not recognized. And it's a guidebook. A guidebook. The thing, it's like having a map of your city or something, and telling like, yeah, it's not valid. Well, I don't understand. It's an official map. Nah, it's not valid. Yeah, but when I look through that map, it works. Nah, not valid. You see where I'm going with there, people? It's It's illogical to do that so. And I know how big of a nerd I'm sounding right now. Because I am a big nerd of Star Wars, but then again, it's not a statement against the fictional world. It's a statement against artists and the art form that people have worked so hard for. Have created something, to my opinion and the opinion of many, which is to be deemed very good, great even. And just because Disney doesn't think it fits the mold, then it's non-canon. That's the whole thing. People work hard for this. Why not let them have this? Of course, now I'm not saying that we should make every fan movie canon. But there again, there's a bunch of them that I think should be canon that are lesser known. I watched one, I can't remember the name of it. It was awesome. It was well made. It was just a fan movie for sure. But it had a great plot twist at the end. Overall, was a great thing. And people gave a ton of work in that. And I just find it really frustrating that these people can have their work recognized by their own fictional world, saying that now it doesn't matter anymore. I know they're still getting paid for sure, but I mean, it's art, and art should mean something more than just money, for sure. Yes, they still deserve a salary, but I think that they should have kind of a legacy in the Star Wars universe. That's all that I'm deploring about. The decision of making the expanded universe non-canon. That's all the time that I had for today. Please share and subscribe if you want to help my channel grow. Well, and for the rest, well, guys, see you next time. Same channel, same angry nerd. See ya, good people.